everybody, it's Jack from Cultaholic, joined by Ross, joined by Andrew. We are here for Double or Nothing pictures. Joel's behind the camera and has just told us that he had some barbecue crisps the other day.
Yes.
Yeah, Walker's barbecue.
Whoa!
Delicious.
Anarchy.
I know.
Anarchy.
We're all a bit delirious. We couldn't believe that he'd had some barbecue crisps.
We're just going around the table saying, oh, we've had Fanta Peach, which you can't normally buy over here. We're mentioning Dr. Pepper Cherry, a new flavour. And Joe goes, I've had some barbecue crisps, which are readily available all the time.
Are they? I feel like I never see him anymore.
Joel's had a great day. We're here not only to discuss that, but also to provide our 9 wonderful pitches for AEW Double or Nothing this weekend. Of course, we are recording this, and this will go out on Wednesday. We don't know what's happened on this week's Dynamite. Everything could change.
Yes.
I don't think it's yet been officially confirmed who's going to be in the Anarchy in the Arena match, for example, which amalgamation of names on each team.
It's been rumoured to be, though, if you want to know what we're dealing with right now.
Right.
Strickland, Nightingale, Omega, Joe, the Samoan version, Powerhouse Hobbs versus the Young Bucks, Moxley, the coldest white boy in the game, Gabe Kidd, and Marina Shafir.
That's fair enough.
Yes.
I can see that being true.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. We've all brought 9 pitches. Well, we've all brought 3 pitches to the table. We'll go around in a circle, and by the end, we'll be left with 9 wonderful pitches for AEW Double or Nothing 2025. But remember, the most golden of all the rules. It's not what we think's going to happen. It's what we want to happen. Ross, off we go.
It's Anarchy in the Arena, and bloody hell, we have a great time with this one, you know. I'm just pitching the end of this one because the nature of a brawl for all like this one is as unpredictable as they come. It looks like we're coming to the end of the match, and bloody hell, Swerve is isolated and alone, which is 2 ways of saying the same thing. All of Swerve's pals have been taken out by the heels. He is fighting, not only for himself, but for AEW as well. All on his lonesome, though. That is until we hear murmurings of cheers from the crowd as we see what I'm going to pitch as the loser of the Hangman versus Ospreay match coming down to help see off the Death Riders because it's the right thing to do for AEW. The loser of the match and the man coming down to help Swerve is Hangman.
Oh, but he hates him.
Does he though?
Wow.
Does he though? Hangman and Swerve have a moment in the ring together, not too dissimilar from that one in the corridor a few weeks ago. I see you in me, and I see me in you. We are one and the same. They have that moment of realization, especially with Hangman's facials here. I'm pitching a close-up on Hangman's facials. He's realizing him and Swerve are the same. It's medium to long-term storytelling, pals, and they start battering the heels together, fighting for AEW, and by the time they end up getting on top of the heels because they are 2 big strapping boys, the rest of the faces are all coming too, and the odds are being evened in a numerical sense. Eventually, the heels are picked off one by one, and we get a satisfying ending where Moxley is pinned by Swerve.
Ooh.
After the bell, that coldest white boy in the game, Gabriel Kidd, is getting up and in the face of Marina Shafir, and he's saying things like, "That waist man is not it, fam." In other words, along those lines, you know how he goes.
He didn't do that.
And the more and more she hears from Gabriel Kidd, the more and more she starts to smile. Before she clobbers Moxley in the face with his own briefcase. And that brings the rest of the Death Riders down, obviously apart from Pac, who is injured at the moment. And after a moment's pause and thought, "What the hell are you doing, Marina?" They're all saying to her, "What are you doing?" You just said, "Our leader. They all put their boots to Moxley because he's bloody picked Gabriel Kidd to be in this match instead of them. Gabe works for me," John Moxley saying on Collision. "What about your Claudios and your Yutas?" I know that maybe, well, in Yuta's case, not as useful as Gabe Kidd, potentially. It makes sense, but even still, in this context, I think
He's a loose cannon.
Yes, exactly. I think in this context, it's enough of a reason for them to turn on Moxley. And then Kidd spits on Moxley and leaves not only with the Death Riders, but with the briefcase as well, because as we all know in professional wrestling, possession is 9/10 of the law. Will that apply here? We'll have to find out next week. Just as this new gaggle of heels reaches the top of the ramp, however, Eddie Kingston's music hits.
Yes!
And he comes out with a bat and a can of petrol because Eddie wants to kill Gabriel Kidd for putting him out of action. A year ago, it was last May, if I'm not mistaken, and he's come back for his revenge. The heels then, it's like Scooby-Doo, this. They changed course and tried to leave from the side of the ramp, jump off the ramp and down and go out the arena or whatever. But when they do so, we see Darby Allin fall from the ceiling with a harness on like he does in the past. And he's got a flamethrower and he makes a wall of fire. And I've done some research. Descending from the summit of Mount Everest back to base camp typically takes 3 to 7 days, depending on the climber's condition and weather. So it's possible he could be there on Sunday. He might be a little bit tired.
Yeah.
And his purse strings will be hurting.
Oh.
JBL, I was listening to it. What was it? Yeah, the one that Conrad does with JBL. I had it on last night when I was trying to sleep. Apparently it cost $63,000 to climb Mount Everest. $63,000.
Goodness me.
Straight from the mouth of JBL, that. But yeah,
Do you think, because he was very thankful to AEW, do you think Tony Khan paid that for him?
let's just put it out there and say yes.
Apparently, you put an AEW flag on the top.
He did, aye.
So
there's a picture of JBL. I don't know if it's at Everest, but on the top of a big hill. He's done the same with the WWE flag.
I don't know if it's ever. You said you were up a hill recently. You were up
Northumberlandia, yes, that's it. Pretty much the same. It takes about 5 minutes to get to the top of that one.
Looks nice though.
Joel, get a picture up because this is astonishing. They've built a lady into a field.
What?
And I climbed not only her face, getting on her forehead, but also I went to the top of her left breast. Northumberlandia is called, Joel. It's a man-made park. This is going on. Hey, if you get an aerial shot.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So I climbed to the top. Look how high that is. My God.
I'm surprised you're not still coming down.
I know, the air was so thin. This has gone horribly wrong and a waste of everyone's time.
Hey.
Oh, there we go.
If you get an aerial shot there, Joel, that one, second row down.
Wow.
Second row down. Oh, it's gone. It's top right. There you go. It's a lady. So I climbed on top of the forehead there, where you see that's the pinnacle of the entire park, and also the left breast I was on top of.
That looks like an album cover from a band Sam likes called Sigur Rós.
That song that.
They seem to do all the noises. Yeah. Do you know them?
I know. Yeah, they make
Hip
up their own language.
That's
They're good.
The song, isn't it called?
Bar with the bar.
Hip hop to bop. Everyone knows the
Kid
song I'm
Rock.
talking about. But Eddie Kingston and Darby Allin come back to see us, and I think that sets off Gabe Kidd versus Eddie Kingston, with obviously Eddie Kingston bringing back the title to AEW, which I know doesn't involve Moxley, but to be honest with you, I'm bored of him, so I've got him out there.
They're not like sometimes when title pictures are a bit cluttered. There should be multiple people all aiming for the title at any one time. I think that's fine. It's a yes from me. Come on.
So yes, from me as well. I like the idea of sort of going towards All In and things are a little bit in dissension for the Death Riders. I think that's quite a nice little story to tell. But then also to have just the double whammy of Eddie and Darby coming back at the same time too, just to throw a bit of a spanner in the works there. I actually really do like that. And I prefer it. I really do like that. I actually really do like that.
You're going old Keith Brymer Jones there with that one. I'm expecting a tear or two in a second.
It's beautiful. It was really good, and I liked it a lot.
Cheers, Andrew.
Welcome.
Now, do you just show me up again like you always do on this
I
video?
sure
Here we go.
would.
And do something 10 times better with a lot more intricacy and detail and care, quite
They're
frankly.
actually quite.
You're a
Look,
great guy.
for the last one, which is the smallest one, I've changed the font because I wanted it all to fit on one page.
Oh no.
But it's really small. It's not long. Neither of them are long.
Just
all
for
right, none of them are long.
Just for efficiency, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah,
There's no
just
such
hit the
thing as a long
trees.
answer, Andrew. It takes as long as it takes.
It takes as long as it
Don't
takes.
let us put you down.
I've done the thing where people are like, well, pitch for the show rather than maybe before the show. So I've
don't worry.
I've done it, right? I've gone for Dynamite tonight. We're going to Dynamite and we're going to MJF's big contract signing with the Hurt Syndicate. It's extravagant. It's lush. It's lavish, I think I meant to. But it's lush as well at the same time. The ring is adorned with balloons and even some champagne. How nice. Are there lovely ladies too? That's for you to decide.
You would have them in there. You know you would.
Well, I didn't want to say I didn't want to put any
You
thoughts in
love a
people's
lovely
heads,
lady.
but that's for you to decide at home.
Joel would have platters of barbecue crisps.
I haven't seen them in 10 years.
They're a taste sensation. It's the future.
They are delicious.
It's true though. You don't really find them out in the wild that often.
True.
Anyway, regardless, MJF makes a grand entrance to cheers from the crowd as the Hurt Syndicate stand in the ring. MVP has that contract in hand for him. Overjoyed, MJF gets in the ring. He hugs his new stablemates as MVP presents the contract to him as the former AEW World Champion signs his name on the dotted line to make it official. MJF hurts people now. MJF gets on the mic. MVP gets on the mic, and he's like, "Congratulations to Maxwell Jacob Friedman. The contract you've signed guarantees a place within our syndicate as promised. Yes, but that spot is highly sought after. And whilst you've impressed us, we want to make sure you're the right man to stand beside us. There's been another hungry to join our ranks, and with our shared history, we thought it only fair to give them a chance too. It's our pleasure to welcome to the AEW universe another potential candidate to join the Hurt Syndicate." And MJF, with a confused smile across his face, watches as Cedric Alexander makes his AEW debut.
Okay, I see. No.
He's tailored in similar matching suits to the rest of the syndicate. He gets his Cedric is all elite graphic and everything on the Tron. This is much more of a celebration and fuss about Cedric than it actually is about MJF at this point. It feels like it's all been manufactured around Cedric rather than MJF. In fact, I got ahead of myself there. I already said that, right? My goodness gracious me. MJF even asked where his graphic is for officially hurting people now, and that's when MVP presents the contract MJF signed to Cedric. He says, "You see," proclaims MVP, "at Double or Nothing, it will be Maxwell Jacob Friedman versus Cedric Alexander. Winner earns this contract and therefore their rightful place within the Hurt Syndicate." And MJF, as we saw last week, he should have pressed Mark Sterling to look at that contract, but MVP was like, "You don't need to do that."
And he didn't do it.
He didn't do it, yeah.
That's very not like MJF.
That's very much not like MJF at all, yes. So Double or Nothing time, MJF versus Cedric Alexander, and much to the dismay of Cedric, MJF still gets the win. And after a competitive back and forth, MJF has Cedric up for the brainbuster. Cedric counters. He goes to hit the lumbar check, but in the back suplex motion, MJF counters and lands on his feet behind Cedric and gets a... He's a very athletic boy. He's an athletic boy when he gets into it, you know? He does like a backflip thing. Whoa, crazy. And then MJF goes for the sneaky roll-up pin. 1, 2, 3. MJF is officially the newest member of the Hurt Syndicate, but sort of like, I guess, following on from this in the months and weeks to come and whatnot, the Hurt Syndicate still exploit Max for everything. Like in the contract that he signed that he hasn't had a look at, because he's also after the AEW World Championship as well. Maybe if he gets his shot, it has to go to Bobby and this, that, and the other. And they bring Cedric in anyway, regardless too, at the same time to kind of make MJF's all his efforts seem like for nothing. And just I guess we maybe it's kind of like the Sammy and Jay stuff in the Bloodline, sort of comedic kind of
I can see
thing.
it. And I think when you mentioned Cedric there for the first time, I saw Ross do a little motion with his head.
I just don't think Cedric's needed. I don't think Cedric's going to move the needle, so to speak. I really do appreciate him as a professional wrestler. I think when he's used properly, we saw during the 205 Live days, the heart and the soul with Ali, is great. But I think in this Hurt Syndicate in 2025, I just don't think he's going to do much of a difference to what they already are. Make much of a difference.
I'm leaning more yes, I am still. Because I think that I think that MJF is exactly the right sort of person for this role.
Yeah.
I think that segment that the first bit on Dynamite, I reckon we could see the most uses of the word bud per minute from MJF.
Yeah.
What are you doing here, bud? I think, fantastic. I can picture his confused face when you said confused smile.
Yeah, he's
like,
what's going on here?
What's going on, bud? Hey, bud. What's up, bud?
That's a good impression.
I've met him.
Oh,
you
have.
I absorbed his voice.
You did.
Like
You
Shang
did.
Tsung. From Mortal Kombat.
Correct.
He was nasty to me. He said I looked I looked like my parents were
You
related,
also
he said.
called gravy a seasoning.
I think no, sorry. It's first and foremost, it's a yes from me.
Oh, thank you.
It's a yes from me.
Thank
I don't want to get into
Oh,
it.
I
What
retract
I'm
my
saying is
gravy statement.
I
then.
bumped really well from him in that interview is what I'm saying.
You did.
Yeah.
You did.
It's a yes from me.
Thank you.
That gravy comment, though.
What? I was, when a wrestler imagine MJF's got a chair. I've given him my back.
Yeah.
Like, go on, hit me with a chair.
Oh, you're doing a Matthew with a Lyra Valkyria, saying it was on purpose.
Oh well.
I see.
Yeah.
I want to give it a no, Andrew.
That's all right. You can give it a
Cedric,
no.
I don't think is necessary, and that's
Yeah.
just my personal opinion. And also, I think MJF would go over the contract. I think he would. There's a bit of a story to do where MJF has an issue with something in the contract that I would personally have in there as well.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
You know what I mean?
So like we sort of perceive, because what we saw on Dynamite was that that didn't happen. The look over of the contract didn't happen. But behind the scenes, MJF has done that. That makes that would be good.
Skiving man.
He is a
scheming man.
Conniving boy.
Skiving.
Conniving and skiving. Words.
I wonder what we'll see tonight. It's exciting.
It is exciting.
Are they going to turn on him immediately and beat him up?
No. Imagine. Wow. What happens if he comes out in an all-white suit? Because then I feel like we're going to get blood.
Does that mean when he does that, he's about to make someone else bleed, though?
Yeah. Whoa. He's got a lot of people to make bleed there.
I know. Yeah, they're going to beat him up. Yeah, surely. Yeah.
We'll see.
My first one is the final of the men's Owen Hart tournament, and this one's all action. This is all wrestling. Entrances first. Will Ospreay versus Hangman Page. We get special entrances. Hangman comes out on his lovely horsey, which we haven't seen for a while.
We haven't.
No.
Hunter Horse Helmsley, I believe it was.
Yes. Ospreay comes out in the car from Only Fools and Horses. Get the lads to improv about Only Fools and Horses for a bit. Stall for time.
Marlene.
Thank you. It's worked perfectly. It's worked so well.
If I win this match, I'll be a millionaire in a year or so.
I'm picturing him coming out, stepping out of the car, flat cap.
Coat.
Oi, hey.
Got pony in your pocket.
Yeah. I've never watched it.
What?
Only Fools and Horses.
Nah.
That's mad.
I know it's like the most iconic British sitcom and all that, but
I've never watched them in a row, but it's always like, when you're just flicking through the
just
channels,
on.
you see gold and it's just on. It's always a nice watch.
Never watched a full episode of
That's
it.
crazy.
I've
Have you
seen
seen the chandelier scene?
I've seen the card scene with Boise, good. I've seen falling through the bar.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Oh yeah, of
The
course.
slapstick.
Not written.
Ospreay can do that when he gets in the ring. Quite cool. Now
That's
what
how
I
he
mean?
does the forbidden blade, the hidden blade.
yeah.
Sorry.
That'd be good. I'd like that a lot. The match is an incredibly close back and forth affair, centered around Ospreay trying to avoid the buckshot lariat and Hangman trying to avoid the forbidden blade.
Yeah, the forbidden blade.
Boy St. Molly. Exhausted, they brawl on the outside where Ospreay throws Hangman over the announce table. Will turns around to shout about how good he is. I put in all caps, I'm on another level, bruv. Turns back. Hangman has vaulted over the announce table. Buckshot lariat on the outside. Page crawls back into the ring as Ospreay is starting to get counted out, laying on the floor. The referee nearly counts him out. He gets back inside just before the count of 10, but now Hangman's on the other apron. Wait, when he's proper measuring someone up for it. I've lost my place. And goes for another buckshot lariat. Instant hidden blade from Ospreay, though. Oh my actual God. Both men are down and slowly make it back to their feet. Another hidden blade. Hangman ducks, though, and the referee goes down instead.
Oh, no.
Page scoops up Ospreay and drops him with Deadeye, but he doesn't bother making the cover because there's no ref. Instead, he heads to the outside and grabs a steel chair. He gets back in and measures Will, who's on his knees. Ospreay's eyes widen, as only Ospreay's eyes can. I'm picturing him. What are you doing, bro? That's not against rules.
I think as wide as Tony Khan's eyes. His eyes last week were sensational. When he's going, he's down here. Great scene.
He starts speaking like Ospreay. I love that. If Tony thinks Will's really cool, so he starts to dress like him and stuff. Lost my place again. He's grabbed a chair. Ospreay's eyes are wide, and Hangman goes to swing, but obviously stops himself. He can't do it. He's a changed man now, more like the old Hangman than the evil one we knew in that feud with Swerve Strickland. Hangman throws the chair away just as a replacement ref runs down to the ring. He turns back to Ospreay. Inside cradle from Ospreay. 1, 2. No! Page is furious at this cheeky roll-up attempt from the cheeky Essex boy. He beats him down savagely and picks him up for another Deadeye. Ospreay slips down the back and powers Hangman up. Stormbreaker. Page slowly, groggily crawls up to his knees. Ospreay's measuring him. Hidden blade. One last one. 30-minute time limit. It's over.
Oh, no. In a tournament finale?
Oh!
Maybe they'll both get a title shot at All In.
Oh!
Sounds like the start of Kickstart My Heart by Motley Crue.
Banging.
That's it.
Oh, I didn't think about that outcome. I like it. It's a yes from me. The jeopardy for the champion is so big.
But is it jeopardy for the challengers as well, getting each other's way?
Yeah, I guess it is, yeah.
Gosh darn it.
I mean, I've not decided on who, but it certainly would not be Moxley who wins that triple threat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Nothing
darn
against the man
it.
himself. It's just the booking. I think Moxley's brilliant still.
Yes.
I'm worried about what this is going to do to his legacy.
Yeah. It's a yes from me because I've been going backwards and forwards about who I'd actually like to see win. I think more so than Hangman, I would like to see Will win. But at the same time, in Texas, when we go over to Texas. That's got a big old cowboy town.
He is from a town.
A cowboy town.
I think
with
he's
Hangman.
from Virginia, isn't he? Or is it West Virginia? Maybe Virginia. But surely the Cowboys are going to be out in force.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? So I kind of like the idea of a triple threat there because I think that also throws in a little bit more, who's going to do it then?
Yeah, I think I've thought about this. I think I would rather Ospreay wins because I think there's already big feuds that Hangman can do without the belt.
Yeah.
Whereas the other way round, I don't know what Ospreay's got left to do without the belt. He's beaten a lot of
That's
people.
it.
He's had great matches. Now he needs to be champion. Maybe?
I like the idea of as well of like I guess he is one of the newer younger people in the roster too. Sort of
I don't know.
being the one
I feel
to
like
overthrow.
they abandoned that when Cope started getting title shots. and
Yeah,
stuff.
that's a good point actually.
Maybe
Yeah.
Moxley will retain and it'll end up having to be Darby or someone.
Yeah, no. Actually, let's not have that.
Goodness.
No.
I don't know.
No, thank you, but that's a big yes. I like it.
Thank you very much. Ross.
I would like Mina Shirakawa to come out for her AEW Women's World Title match with Toni Storm, dressed exactly the same as Mariah May was when she took the title from Toni at All In 2024. Not because I'm trying to be like Booker T or Andrew while watching women's wrestling,
Whoa.
but because I would
What?
like to see some mind games from Mina, maybe with a hint of foreshadowing as well, perhaps.
Okay. What was that for? What was that? What was that show?
You remember that one pitch that we've left on every single video since?
Oh, every time she does it now, I think of you when Jade Cargill does
But
that.
she was doing it prior
I
to
know.
me saying that.
You
That's
added-
what she does.
Eye contact, Andrew. You added eye contact.
And two of women doing it simultaneously at each other.
Just that one time, though. The match goes along as we would expect between two great professional wrestlers with an undeniable live show presence between them.
Oh, God.
Ultimately, however, this one is decided when, from under the ring, with the referee's back conveniently turned, Mina is able to hit Toni with a white stiletto upside the head.
What?
Before the evidence, I don't know why I've written this when you can tell what I've been watching on Netflix recently, before hiding the evidence, arguably even better than Fred West was able to do in the back garden of number 25 Cromwell Street, not too far from the city centre of Gloucester. The hiding of the evidence is quickly followed up by a Storm Zero, and in the exact same way Mariah May was able to at Wembley, Mina Shirakawa is able to capture the AEW Women's World title from Toni Storm. All of a sudden, though, and this might be fanciful in my opinion, but it's what we want to happen. All of a sudden, we hear the crowd erupt as we see Mariah May sat in a skybox, watching on and golf clapping the new champion, just like Mina was for her match at Wembley against Toni Storm last summer. I want Mariah May to stay in AEW because while I do concede she had the perfect arc with Toni Storm during her run in the company, I think there's a second perfect arc to do with Mina Shirakawa.
Because they're friends.
Yes, exactly, and the history's there. And the two arcs would make a nice M.
Nice,
much like
yeah.
The golden arches.
Yeah, there's no golden arches, yeah. The Mobot, lots of M's.
So Rose didn't go with him to hide the evidence. It was just Fred.
I think, from my understanding, it was just, fair enough. Yeah. In the garden, at least.
That's a big blind spot for me in famous British killers.
I think Rose knew, but she claimed
yeah.
she claimed she did.
Really, does she?
Yeah,
She
but in
was-
that back garden, if he didn't go, hey, that's not that. They would never know.
I think she lived near me at uni.
What?
The
Wait, what?
women's prisons in Durham.
Oh,
Yeah.
you just went like down the road.
Just in halls, just Rose.
Hop the damn corner
Hey,
shop.
Rose.
Oh, hey, Rose, how you doing?
There's a weird postgrad student down there.
It's a funny smell, bro.
It's a
Oh,
no.
then.
Oh, it's a no from me.
It's a no. That's fair enough.
It's only because, and I'd like to keep the bits with Mariah and that all involved. I just wouldn't have a title change because I don't know if I think, but I want them to be built into Tony Mercedes.
Oh.
Yeah.
My thinking is though, it's a little bit like there's Mercedes and Tony, and then there's like,
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. It is top heavy, isn't it?
That was my thought of doing the title change.
But it's not a strong no. I'm like there.
That's where I might be as well.
Oh.
With the bar.
It's a
I'm
double
doing
rejection.
doing
We never get those.
After
doing a
that
bar.
comment earlier in this script, there I'm surprised.
I know. It's not to do with that. My thing, and again, I would love Mariah to stay in AEW as well, and I'd love to see her do more stuff with Tony and also Mina too. But I really want to see Tony and Jamie. I want to see it be Tony and Jamie because we never got the resolve there.
Maybe it'll be that.
So that's what I'm hoping for the most.
Why did we never get it? Because Jamie got injured.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So I'd like to see that come round.
We
Although,
also never got Jamie and Britt Baker's thing resolved.
No, we didn't, did we?
Jamie was Britt just went, "Oh, I've got a t-shirt on. I'm still her friend."
Yep.
Then she got hurt, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah. Comedy should return on the Wembley pre-show. Anyway,
Anyway,
Andrew.
number 2.
I'll never live that down. A double no on a pictures video.
I know.
It wasn't
Never
a
been.
double nut, it was a bar.
It was a double no. I didn't hear a single yes. Not
Joel?
one.
I can't do it, Ross.
Oh!
You wouldn't, would you? Even if I pitched the greatest pitch in history, you would still say no.
Oh my god! I feel like
Should be a
Wow.
I
barbecue
feel like
crisp
Gary
up
Neville
your
when
arse.
a big goal goes in. Oh! I can't believe what's just happened. Fernando Torres.
Okay, number 2. Are we ready? FTR versus Daniel Garcia and Nigel McGuinness. Dax and Garcia start things off in the ring, but after all the commotion that's happened over the last few weeks, Garcia looks back at Nigel on the apron and he tags him in to begin the proceedings. FTR brush it off. They're one of the best tag teams in the world after all, but bloody hell does our Nigel go for it. In fact, he thrives off the energy from the crowd. He takes down Dax, who then tags in Cash, who then also gets taken down. Nigel's just having the time of his life. God blimey. Until that was an ad-lib, right?
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh.
It just felt right.
really
It just
like
felt right.
It really felt like you were really reading it off a script.
No,
it really
it
did.
felt right in the
Okay.
moment. Until that is FTR, obviously, they start getting the upper hand on McGuinness, cutting him off from being able to make the tag to Garcia. Each time Nigel almost makes it, he gets pulled back away again from Garcia's outstretched arm. FTR start putting Nigel through his paces, brainbusters, sharpshooters, but McGuinness keeps on persisting. Towards the end of the match, Dax gets an exhausted Nigel in position for the tag team assisted pile driver, but with every ounce of strength left in him, McGuinness back body drops Harwood, and as Cash climbs the turnbuckle, Nigel catches him on the top rope and hits a Tara London before bouncing off the middle rope and hitting Dax with a jawbreaker lariat. 1, 2. Stokely gets Dax's foot on the bottom rope. Oh, you naughty man. In a fit of rage, Daddy Magic, who said he's going to be there at ringside for this match, he goes after Big Stokely to take him out of the picture, and finally Nigel starts to stir. He crawls across the canvas towards Garcia, who's rallying for his partner to get the hot tag. McGuinness leaps with what energy he has left, and then Garcia hops off the apron. Oh,
What's he
no,
doing?
no hot tag for
What's he
you.
doing?
That dastardly
says it like that as
man.
well.
No.
No hot tag for you. Daddy Magic sees what's unfolding, and in his distraction, he gets low blowed by Stokely. And after being left all alone in the ring, it's a shatter machine that finally puts Nigel away for the 1, 2, 3. Garcia, halfway up the ramp at this point, looks on conflicted as FTR and Stokely start beating on Daddy Magic and Nigel in the ring with steel chairs. Magic is just a bloody mess, trying to defend Nigel, pleading for FTR to stop as they get Nigel up for that assisted pile driver on a steel chair. But Daniel, no, he comes to his senses, he rushes to the ring, and he
What?
pushes Dax off Nigel.
Oh no, wait.
But instead is the one to get Nigel in position for a pile driver as Cash comes crashing down to connect with the move. And it all ends with Garcia giving a concerto to Nigel
Oh,
as well.
come on now.
Solidifying his heel turn
on,
and
guys.
Will you
alliance
stop?
with FTR. Come on.
It's a yes from me, but I'm sad. Sad about that.
Sad about it too.
I've been thinking about who I want to win this match
Mm-hmm.
because I wasn't watching Ring of Honor when Nigel was in his pomp. I've gone back since and watched
Yeah.
and I'm like, whoa. But I don't have that same emotional attachment to him
Yeah.
that fans of the time would. I think what you've done is best for business, unfortunately.
Best for business.
It's a yes from me, a sad yes.
I said yes. Thank you.
It's a very much thick yes from me.
Thick yes with 2 C's.
2 C's,
2
maybe even
Cs.
3, because
Whoa.
it's literally what I've written down for my third pitch.
Oh.
But I've done it a little bit different.
Okay, that's good though. That's good.
No.
But, you know, if you've done that as well, have you done that as well?
No, I've done a similar. I've done an Anarchy in the Arena one, which features one similar bit, but it's not.
Oh.
The thrust of it isn't quite the same as yours.
It'd be quite a boring end to the video if it was.
Oh no, I've still got my second one.
Oh, yeah.
What's going to happen?
I don't know.
I'll tell you.
I hope so.
Oh, it's short. I've just turned the page. Oh no, wait, hang on.
Wait,
no, that's
whoa.
Oh no, it's not. It's not too short. It's all right. It's fine. We get, like at the start of recent Raws and stuff on the road to WrestleMania, where Cena's going to come out. There's a pause before the start of the show when all the crowd are just going, they're just buzzing. You get that? You are beautiful on the.
Oh, it's a no from me. It's over. You know, so AEW's got a lot better when he's not been there.
I don't know if that's necessarily.
True.
No, like a correlation. I don't know if it's the.
Oh, there's definitely a little bit of correlation.
Okay.
The old diagrams overlapping.
Well, maybe. Why, it's none other than Chris Jericho. He's not been about for a while, but he couldn't miss all of his best friends here in Glendale, Arizona at Double or Nothing. Right, guys? Hey, guys. Thanks, guys.
That's great.
I'm trying my best. Now, says Jericho, it's time to announce the Chris Jericho Open Challenge, where I take a deserving member of the roster and teach them a thing or two inside this squared circle. Don't worry, even though you won't be able to beat me, I'm sure you'll be improved by just standing in the same ring as Y2J. Does he even call himself Y2J anymore?
Not anymore.
As Jericho,
No.
as Chris Jericho. As
The Ocho.
Yes.
No,
The Nueve.
The nine one.
The learning tree.
No, wait. There's Nueve. Siete, ocho, Nueve. Jericho's opponent. Wait, is that the right word for nine? Jericho's opponent is revealed to be a man who got a big win recently that made it look like he was going to be a featured star going forwards, maybe getting a big push up the card. And since then, he's wrestled twice. I looked on Cage Match. He's won 2 singles matches on Collision, beating Blake Christian and Big Shotty Lee Johnson. That man's Anthony Bowens.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
What's happened there?
Don't know.
Do you remember how... I know it was on the kickoff show, but do you remember how
Oh, yeah.
easily he beat his
Yeah,
tag partner?
bloody Jane's Addiction is his theme today.
Yeah, it was really
He had
good.
new gear.
Yeah, new
He
gear
looked
and
like
everything.
he beat him without any trouble. He was ultra serious. I don't know what's happened to him. Maybe in this match he even gets to kick out of the Judas effect en route to beating Jericho inside 3 minutes.
That's all we need.
Seriously though, what has happened since Bowens beat Max Caster on the Dynasty pre-show? Why are they doing this? What was the point, Tony? Yeah, fair enough. I've got ahead of myself, but that's what I meant to say. Also, Jericho may be on his way out, right? Are we thinking that?
Yes.
Apparently, I've read somewhere his contract's up in the not too distant future.
If Tony renews his contract, then there's no hope for Tony Khan. This is a big moment for you, Tony. If so, it's probably best that if you put some people over on the way out. I've started with Bowens here, but you could also include the likes of. I've got some just for Jericho's farewell run. He just loses to all these men. Big Bill,
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That makes the most sense.
Brian Keith,
Yeah.
Kevin Knight. I just thought I'd put
Yeah,
in.
why not?
Big Boom AJ,
Yes.
Big Justice, and the man who most needs a win in
The
AEW, Cope,
Cope.
and his former tag team partner Paul White.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ah.
Yeah.
Back 7 months ago, Wrestle Purists said that Jericho's deal is up in December.
Okay.
Oh, well, we're getting there, aren't
I reckon
we?
he'll go back to. You want to go back to WWE, get in the Hall of
Yeah.
Fame.
Paul's there now. I bet
They
there's still a
still
bit of
hate each
bad
other.
blood from 2002.
Yeah, but think about it. Paul and Punk, they came together. Everything was fine.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, I was about to be like, well, did they hate each other as much as Triple H and Jericho? Yes, they did.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, fair enough. That's mad. It's not the most glamorous pitch I've ever done. More
I like it, though.
functional rather than.
It's best for Mr. Anthony Bowens.
Oh, I really thought you were going to say best for business.
It's best for business also.
Best for Mr. Anthony Bowens.
Yes.
It's a shaky start, but you've pulled it around at the end
Okay.
with Anthony Bowens coming out.
Where's he gone?
Don't know.
Why did they do that?
Don't know. Well, why do they do it all the time?
Yeah,
It's a common criticism of AEW, isn't it?
is, yeah.
We get going and then they just go missing.
Where's Wardlow?
What is it?
I always every sort of 6 months or so, I'll just be like, "Where's Wardlow?"
He's still alive. I can tell you that he's still alive.
He's still on the roster page. I checked, but
Yeah.
I've got no idea where he is.
His dogs grew up to be a lovely dog.
Oh,
Yes.
Ross, it's time for your
Oh,
third
I-
and final pitch.
Daniel Garcia is a magnanimous man and allows Nigel McGuinness to start the match against FTR. In a shocking turn of events, Daniel Garcia continues to be a very magnanimous man and continues to allow Nigel to wrestle the match against FTR. Eventually, we learn that Daniel Garcia might just be the most magnanimous man in the history of magnanimous men, as he's going to let Nigel wrestle the entire match here while he takes
why
notes.
are you doing that? When
I
you say
don't
like that?
Don't know.
Okay, fair enough.
That's everything. I don't know.
Video content, innit? It's good.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
engaging stuff. He's going to let Nigel wrestle the entire match here while he takes notes from one of the best we've seen bell to bell over the past 25 years. Nigel does really well, but ultimately his gas tank runs empty as he's trying to take on 2 men who are actually tag teaming in and out like tag teams are supposed to be tag teaming. After FTR wins, Garcia gets in the ring, and after a moment's ponder, he joins FTR.
Oh.
Putting the boots to Nigel, turning heel in the process. Stoke offers Garcia a snazzy FTR jumper, the likes of which we've seen on Dax Harwood over the last few weeks. The black one with the colourful arms like
Yes,
stars
yes,
stripes.
yes.
Lovely jumpers. The offer is accepted. FTR becomes FT Garcia. And the attack goes back to being attacked. I've written this wonderfully. Just as this new gaggle of heels gets going, you think you know him. Cope is here, and because it's Cope, of course, he runs off the heels with no problem at all. He doesn't even break sweat. He's bouncing on the ropes. He's having a Cope all time. And now we're off to the races on this Cope and Christian Cage tag team storyline I've been mentioning for the last couple of pitches videos. Cope needs a partner to take down FTR. Christian is going to become freshly familyless in my pitch here. He's still a dick, but Cope is trying to show him how to live his life in the right way through the power of tag team wrestling.
That'll be funny.
That's where I'm going with this storyline.
It's a yes from me. I gave a yes to Andrew's. Andrew's turn itself was more detailed, but you've added extra bits there.
Oh, yeah.
So it's exactly the same. It's thumbs up from me.
Thumbs up. We like the extra bits of Edge and Christian finally getting together.
I really thought you were saying
the
a different word there. I thought you said edging, I'll be honest with you.
No.
Yeah.
Sorry, Copeland as well. I called him Edge there.
Sorry.
Apologies. No, not that one, Jack.
We talked about gooning on video.
Oh no! I hear that you talk about this quite a lot on the podcast.
Oh no, we've passed that era.
Oh, that era has gone?
Maybe it's time to bring it back.
Fair enough.
What era?
The era of gooning.
Oh, the gooning era.
Yeah, when we
I think
we got Dan
that
in
era.
to give us the definition of it.
Yeah.
Because he's down with the kids.
Gooner. But wait, no, a Gooner isn't
No.
that an Arsenal fan?
Oh, as well.
yeah,
as well.
They even put that on their own Twitter the other day, which I saw.
We Goon.
The Gooners, OONER.
Because it's gunners, but people say
Oh.
gunners because they're things. They said their emoji, their crest is a cannon. Their emoji is a cannon.
Fair enough.
Oh, modern football, eh?
Eh?
Oh, what's
I
happened
like
to
it a lot, Russ. Though.
Cheers,
It's very
Andrew.
good. It's very good. Should we go for the final
Go on
one
then,
Well, the penultimate one,
Your
as
final
they
one.
say. Yes, and it's very, very short. Very, very short.
Oh, so is mine.
All I've said is please run back Brody King versus Josh Alexander, please. Tony Khan, sir, please, sir. Thank you. Whether that's a singles match, a submission match, or an Anarchy in the Aldi match.
Submission match.
Why not?
Okay.
Anarchy in the Aldi match, because as Brody said...
Anarchy in the what?
Anarchy in the Aldi match.
Aldi.
Yeah, because Brody King said in an exclusive afterwards, because they had the time limit draw on Collision, he said he wouldn't mind having a rematch if it took place in a grocery store.
Oh, fair enough.
So
Do
why
it.
not Anarchy in the Aldi match?
Yes.
Right there. Why not? I don't mind. I just really like to see that match. And ultimately, I'd like to see Brody win and be propelled towards a singles title. Please and thank you. Yours sincerely, Andrew Dinkle.
That's good.
Get it in a shop.
There you go.
That's yeah.
A lampooning in the little.
Or you could go down the middle aisle and use all the different tools that
Aye.
week.
Power
for
tools.
promotion.
Whoa.
Hammers.
Bowls.
Barbies.
Barbies.
Oh, so am I joining? Gardenware.
Gardenware. Cameras sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, is this all your little? They're both similar.
Lidl's middle aisle is far superior to Aldi's. I'm going to put it out there.
I'm from an Aldi family rather than a little. Every family prefers one or the other, but I don't know too much about Lidl. I don't think
It's
because-
it's the app for me that makes a difference. Lidl has an app with a loyalty system.
Ah.
Aldi does not. So you get your free
Also-
bakery item. You
And,
get
that's,
points.
and that's how
The
Brody's going to get the
baker-
win.
yeah.
He's
The
going to be
baker
able
is
to
a big
locate
thing.
some better weapons with his
Have you
app.
got your Lidl's card, sir? Yes, he has.
Yes, he has.
It's a yes from me.
Thank you. Thanks. That's it.
Fair enough.
Put it in a shop, yeah. It's been 24 years.
Since Booker
Yeah.
and Stone
Yeah,
Cold.
why not?
That one was more comedic. I reckon this one would be a nice mix of comedy and action. It'd be more back and forth because I don't know if Booker gets any. That's part of why it's good.
Yeah.
If he gets any offense in. Right. Mine's also not that long. It's not that short, but it's not. It's also not very detailed. This one, the Anarchy in the Arena match is decided when. Oh, it's not decided yet. I don't know why I wrote that. This is near the end of the match anyway. When a dirty bus crashes into the venue
Oh, no.
and
You
sends
brought Jericho back, and now you're bringing Perry back.
and sends the baby faces a scattering. Why, it's Jack Perry finally making a return from wherever he's been.
Where has he been?
I don't
Does
know.
anyone care? Has he been missed?
He gets out of the bus and says, "Real bus, cry me a bus." The match. Oh wow, that got a better reaction than he's loving it too.
That was really good.
Thank you. I wrote it when I was like half asleep, I think, on Monday morning, but
I'm
nice.
a big fan. I like that a lot.
Real bus, cry me a
Yeah.
bus. Yeah, why not? The match continues with Perry and Moxley dragging Willow Nightingale up to the top of the bus. Moxley prepares to hit his DDT on her, it's called the Death Rider now, isn't it? But we all know the one, which would obviously be a disaster. I've put.
Matthew would take it fine.
Why?
He just
'Cause
takes
he
hard
can,
wrestling
can't he,
moves, can't
apparently?
he?
Matthew. Yeah. Oh yeah. I thought you meant he'd be fine with it happening to Willow because he's heartless.
He probably would.
Oh, I should fell off the top of the bus when he hit it. Swerve and the other baby faces are like, no, don't do it. they're talking to one of the refs and they seem ready to give up the match, like in a sort of War Games fashion, I guess, where it's too much. But Willow shouts down to them, no, don't do it. There's a lot of this is like a Triple H main event.
I like it.
Moxie says, fine by me, and gets ready to hit the move, and the lights go down. And then I put shim nim 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 nim. It's Darby Allin. It's Darby. When they come back up, Darby Allin Mountain Edition is on top of the bus with them. Ice pick to the head of John Moxley.
Oh my god.
Because Moxley loves to bleed.
Yes.
Somehow he's fine. He survives though. It's fine. Willow gets down from there as Darby and Perry face each other atop the bus. They have a titanic brawl, which Darby wins, sending Perry crashing from the top of the bus down onto the bonnet, or the hood, as Americans like to call it. This revitalizes the morale of the babyface team, who eventually get the win after. It didn't need to be this. I don't know how I feel about it now, but after Kenny Omega stacks and pins both Young Bucks at once.
Whoa.
How satisfying.
While Joe keeps Gabe Kidd back in the Coquina clutch, setting up a future match between those two, because I just think it would be a good matchup.
That would be good.
But the biggest rematch of all, of course, is Darby versus Perry, because just to remind everybody, Jack Perry beat Darby in about 10 minutes at Wembley, and it was weird and straightforward, and it was strange enough. But Darby needs his revenge, and he needs it now.
But Sting came out at that match.
Oh, yeah.
I know, and he still lost. Darby still lost. He did, didn't he? Did he come out to save him afterwards?
Yeah.
That was...
I think that's the reason why it was 10 minutes and so straightforward, just for the Sting pop.
I was about to ask if did either of you remember if it was cut for time? But
I think it was, wasn't it?
It was 10 minutes.
It was.
And it was the one before the
bizarre.
main event, wasn't
Yeah.
it? And he just... Perry didn't even really... It was no DQ. Was it casket match, isn't it?
The
Yeah.
Bucks were going to set the casket on fire,
Oh, yes.
and then Sting came
then
out.
Sting-
Sting could have helped him in the match, probably.
Well, his bus might have just got there.
Yeah.
True. That's true.
Those Wembley buses, now they...
I don't know.
No, me neither.
No. There you go. That's there. Yeah.
It's a yes. Is it? You said
Yeah.
real bus, Crimea bus, and you had me hooked.
I don't know why
From there on,
Thank you. Yeah.
It was wonderful. But I think it'd be a really cool surprise to see Darby come back, especially after the whole Everest thing. I think it'd be like, oh, how's he done that?
Well, Ross has already
Well,
been
yes,
through
yeah,
that. I
he
kind of
has.
skimmed the Derby returning element
But
because
still, I think it'd be fun.
I said on the podcast last week I've been forced to watch all the Final Destination films day after day after day.
Oh,
Joel.
is this to prepare
And
for the?
It's prepared for the new one, yes, because Kayla's a big fan, obviously, because she likes gore porn. And having watched all them and seen how prosthetics work, I think it's possible to do the ice pick spot. And
Oh,
I would
nice.
like to see that happen. I want to see it go straight through the head. And I think it's
Oh.
possible.
I think I've only seen one Final Destination.
I mean, you've seen them all, really.
Right.
You've seen
I
them
was
all.
gonna say,
Oh,
Do you
I have
like-
a vision at the
you
start.
not like-
Everyone dies. Oh, get off the thing that's going to happen before it happens. Oh, they've happened. Oh, it's dead.
have you not been?
It's not wrong.
Have you not been converted to the Final Destination?
It's
No.
all right. It's
Yeah.
not Art the Clown.
It's no Terrifier.
Yeah.
Oh, but what about was it the last one where it ties back to the?
Yeah, when it becomes a prequel.
Oh,
that is a good
my
twist.
God, that's
that,
a
like,
good
to be fair.
twist. That's
Sorry
a
if
good
you've not
twist.
seen the number
No.
5.
Sorry,
That's not the new one, is
No,
it?
no, it's
No.
good. Yeah,
No.
no. This is what's the new one called?
Bloodlines.
Bloodline.
I feel like I've
No,
seen.
it's not, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Whoa.
Everything's wrestling.
It's supposed to be the best one.
Yeah,
Whoa.
apparently so. Joanne really wants to see it as well.
I feel like I've seen the Final Destination. Maybe.
That's the third one.
Maybe.
Is it? Yeah.
I reckon I probably saw it
Was that
about.
the 3D one? There was a 3D one.
Yeah,
as
I
well,
think that was
wasn't
the
there?
fourth one.
I reckon I saw it in maybe sixth form, so like 2010.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I don't know when that would have
I
been.
think one was like 01.
Okay.
Then it was 06.
All right.
Then it was 09.
That might be the one. That might be the one I've seen.
Oh, I might have got that wrong.
But
Anyway.
I remember not feeling like I'd missed out on too much beforehand because I got the system. I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
well, they're the next one in the queue. Sometimes it skips.
Yeah, death.
Yeah.
The wind is death.
The wind.
Death is wind.
Cool.
As in death works out in order for people to die, but sometimes something happens that means it goes out of order. But that, going back to the pitch, the pickaxe is possible with the right prosthetics.
I've just thought of Joel's Final Destination death choking on a barbecue.
What a way to go.
Slits his
though.
throat.
I mean,
Thanks everyone. Thanks guys for joining in with the 9 pitches. Thank you, Joel, for producing the episode as well.
oh, you're very welcome.
We have a lot of stuff to try. Every wrestling company decided to have all the wrestling this weekend.
On a bank holiday in the UK, by the way.
It's
The
bank
things-
holiday?
The
Yeah.
things we do on Monday. Yeah, this is the second
But
bank
we're
holiday.
in
week-
on Monday.
This is the second bank holiday week in a row that we have sacrificed
Yeah.
to bring you bang average wrestling content.
My sacrifice. This is on everything this episode. It's really good. So we've got. Well, do you know what you guys are covering?
I don't
know
think
what
we
I'm
could. I
doing.
think Adam might be doing a live stream
I
from
don't know.
home, just on his own.
I don't know if he's doing it yet or not. I don't know if he's doing it yet or not. I don't know if he's doing it. We shouldn't know.
It's up to you.
No,
Is
it's
it?
up to
No,
him.
it's
It's up
not.
to
It's
him.
not up to you.
It's
It's up
too
to
busy.
him.
It's not to them.
You stop
Bully
right
Adam
there.
into
Stop
doing
it. It's not up to you.
And I think
Me and Sam will have predictions
Cool.
for Double or Nothing. There'll be a punishment video next week because it is one of the big four. We don't know what it's going to be because we'll be looking at that bloody wheel again, which is covered in horse piss now. Cheers, Andrew.
You're welcome.
Are you going to clean that wheel for me, Andrew?
I think I might have already cleaned the wheel.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Then we'll have obviously what happened. That will be on the channel after the show.
Mm-hmm.
I think Sam is live streaming. We should really ask people before we sit
we
down.
should. Yeah, we
Yes.
should. But this
let's-
weekend's completely blindsided me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there is Saturday night's main event. There'll be WTF moments for that next week. There is Double for Nothing. Double for Nothing? Double or Nothing. There will be WTF moments for that next week as well on the Patreon. Patreon.com/Cultaholic.
Is there an NXT show too?
There's a
There's
battleground,
but we're
there'll
not
be-
streaming it.
Not
Yeah,
streaming
we're
it?
streaming
There'll be a
Okay.
podcast review for that on the Thursday one because
Yes.
it's impossible to watch Double or Nothing and that before we record on Monday.
Let's mention that me and Ross will be doing our. Matthew still does them with us, but he's unavailable this time. But me and Ross will be doing our podcast review thing, which is very lucky because otherwise the regular podcast would end up really long.
Yeah.
Really long. So we're going to be covering, like Ross said there, Double or Nothing and Saturday night's main event, but Battleground
And
is going to be
SmackDown.
and SmackDown, of course. But Battleground will be pushed back to the rest of the stuff with the regular podcast on Friday. God, is that everything?
Whoa.
I think so, yeah.
I think so.
My goodness me, Joel,
No, I think you've got everything.
have you got anything?
Not really, no.
Fair
No,
enough.
no.
Thanks everybody for watching. Leave your thoughts and opinions on any of these pictures in the comment section down below, or do your own. Why not put their own
Oh,
pictures
they
in?
shouldn't
Should
they?
do
That'd
that.
be cool.
But if you do that, remember that second rule that we say at the end: life's a pitch,
And then you
And
die.
then you die.
And then you die.
Not really a rule, is it?
You
I would argue it is, Jill, because we all die. There's no escaping death.
as Final Destination's
Yeah.
proven.
It just
True.
depends when it's going to happen, you know?
Yeah. Maybe not rule. You're right.
Oh, no, it is a rule. We're all dying. That is a rule.
Yeah,
rule.
I've changed my mind, actually. You're right. It is a rule.
Oh well, thanks for chiming in the first place. See you later. Bye.